309. This number was how many Nazi soldiers Lyudmila Pavlichenko killed between 1941 and 1943. Confirmed kills. Each one recorded. The Soviet Army's deadliest female sniper. Stalin summoned her to the Kremlin. Eleanor Roosevelt invited her to the White House. In 1943, the entire world knew her. But in 1974, when she died quietly in a Kiev apartment, only 12 people came to her funeral. Not a single government official among them, because Stalin had forgotten her. The Soviet Union let its own hero die as a factory worker, and no one asked, what happened to the woman who killed 309 enemies? If you enjoy these kinds of real stories about history's forgotten heroes, please like this video and subscribe to our channel. Every day we share the true stories of those forgotten after war, sacrificed by the system, or left in history's shadow. Now let's continue with the story of Lady Death. Lyudmila Pavlichenko. July 12, 1916. Bila Tserkva, Ukraine. Lyudmila Mikhailovna. Pavlichenko was born in a small Ukrainian town. Her family was working class. Father a factory worker, mother a teacher. Her childhood was the life of an ordinary Soviet child. School, communist youth organization, komsomol, collective farm visits. But Lyudmila was not ordinary. At age 9, a shooting club opened near their home. Lyudmila looked through the window. Men were shooting rifles, hitting targets. She was mesmerized. "Can I join?" she asked the club director. The director laughed. "You're a girl. Girls don't use guns." Lyudmila blushed, but she didn't give up. She came every day, watched, learned. Finally, the director relented. "Fine, try once, but if you fail, don't come back." Lyudmila took the rifle. First shot, outside the target. Second shot, close. Third shot, dead center. The director blinked. Lucky. Lyudmila fired 10 more shots, 7 direct hits. "Not luck," the director said. "Talent." By age 14, Lyudmila was the best marksman at the Bila Tserkva shooting club. Better than the men. Lyudmila was accepted to Kiev State University. History department. Her dream. Become a historian, work in archives, understand the past. But she didn't quit shooting. She joined the university's marksman club. Competed in Soviet marksman championships. Won medals. In 1932, at age 16, she married Alexei Pavlichenko. They had a son, Rostislav. But the marriage didn't last. Alexei couldn't accept Lyudmila's independence. They divorced. Lyudmila, alone with her son, completed university. By 1941, she was 25 years old, about to receive her history degree. Then, June 22, 1941, everything changed. Nazi Germany attacked the Soviet Union. 3.5 million German soldiers crossed the border, the largest military invasion history had seen. Stalin was in shock. In the first weeks, the Red Army collapsed. German forces advanced rapidly toward Kiev. Lyudmila heard the news on the radio. Stalin's call: all Soviet citizens, take up arms to defend the motherland. Lyudmila wanted to enlist. She went to the recruitment office. "I want to join the army," she said. The officer was surprised. "You're a woman." "Yes, and I'm a marksman." "Girls become nurses or cooks." "I want to be a sniper." The officer smiled, a bitter smile. "Prove it." Lyudmila showed her diploma. Soviet Marksman Championship, first place 1940. The officer fell silent, then, "Okay, but you'll regret it." Lyudmila replied, "The Nazis will be the ones with regrets." Lyudmila was assigned to the 25th Chapayev Infantry Division. Rank, Red Army soldier. Duty, sniper. Her first assignment, Odessa, the strategic port city on the Black Sea. Germans and Romanian forces had besieged the city. August 1941, Lyudmila went to the front for the first time. In her hands, a Mosin Nagant M 1891/30 rifle, the Soviet Army's standard sniper weapon. 3.5 kilograms, 4 times telescopic sight, range 800 meters. The commissar gave her instructions. Choose your target. Wait. Hold your breath. Fire. Move. Repeat. Lyudmila settled into the trenches. 600 meters away, a German officer, studying a map, unprotected. Lyudmila adjusted the scope, framed the officer, finger on the trigger. She hesitated. This was a human. Maybe he had a family. Maybe children. Then she thought, but he came here, invaded my country, killed my people. She held her breath, fired. The officer fell. Lyudmila's hands were shaking. The commissar came over. The first man is hard. The rest get easier. The commissar turned out to be right. That day, Lyudmila killed 2 more Germans. The next day, 5. A week later, 36. By the end of the first month, 89 confirmed kills. Lyudmila Pavlichenko was the Red Army's rising star. Lyudmila's success wasn't just marksmanship. It was tactics, patience, psychology, a sniper's daily routine. 0400 a.m. Take position. Move in darkness. Be ready before daylight. 5 a.m. to 12 p.m. Wait. Don't move. Search for targets. Hours can pass. Nothing may happen. 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Critical hours. Soldiers take lunch breaks. Attention scattered. Target time. 1800 hours. Withdraw. In darkness. Never from the same position 2 days. Lyudmila's rules? Patience. Sometimes she waited 12 hours without moving. For a single shot. Camouflage. Become one with the environment. Lyudmila covered herself in grass, leaves, mud. Invisible. First shot, last shot. If you miss, the enemy finds you. The first shot must hit. Never the same place. New position every day. German snipers hunted those who repeated. But the most important rule, turn off your emotions. Every target was a number. Lyudmila recounted years later, if you think of them as human, you can't pull the trigger. So I made them numbers, 1, 2, 3, 309. German sniper duels. At Odessa, Lyudmila faced a reality. Germans also used snipers, and most were very experienced. October 1941, Lyudmila encountered a German sniper. Male, experienced. For 3 days, they hunted each other. First day, the German fired, missed. Lyudmila located his position but couldn't shoot. He hid too quickly. Second day, Lyudmila fired, missed. The German returned fire, passing 10 centimeters from Lyudmila's head. Third day, patience war. Both were in position, but neither moved. 8 hours. Then the German made a mistake. He moved his rifle barrel 2 centimeters. Sun reflected. A moment's glint. Lyudmila saw. Fired. Silence. Lyudmila waited, testing whether her opponent was dead. She threw a branch. The German didn't fire. Dead. Lyudmila wrote in that day's notebook, 36. German sniper. 3 days. I won. In October 1941, Odessa fell. The Red Army withdrew. Lyudmila was transferred to Crimea, Sevastopol, the strategic fortress on the Black Sea. The siege of Sevastopol lasted 250 days. October 1941, July 1942. One of the bloodiest sieges. Lyudmila fought here for 8 months, and here she earned the nickname Lady Death. In December 1941, Lyudmila's kill count passed 100. The Soviet propaganda machine noticed. Pravda newspaper published an article, Female Sniper, Killed 100 Fascists. Lyudmila suddenly became famous. Soviet radio told her story. Posters were printed. Woman hero. But on the front, Lyudmila was still fighting. Not 100. She passed 200. Then 250. May 1942, Lyudmila was wounded by a German mortar shell. Shrapnel hit her face and arm. She was hospitalized. Doctors, your fighting time is over. Lyudmila, I need to reach 309. That's 59 more. But her body couldn't take anymore. Her commander pulled her from the front. Final kill count. 309. 36 of them German snipers. Lyudmila Pavlichenko officially became World War II's deadliest female sniper. Stalin understood Lyudmila's value, but not on the battlefield. In propaganda. August 1942. Lyudmila was sent to America. Mission: tell the American people about the Soviet struggle. Gather support. Lyudmila, for the first time in her life, saw America and was shocked. Electricity in every home, cars everywhere, food abundant, no war. But the media didn't take her seriously. At her first press conference, an American journalist asked, "Your uniform is too long. Why don't you wear a skirt?" Lyudmila was surprised. "I'm a soldier. I don't wear skirts." Another journalist, "Do you wear makeup?" Lyudmila got angry. "I killed 309 Nazis. I didn't have time for makeup." But one person took her seriously. Eleanor Roosevelt, the First Lady, invited Lyudmila to the White House. The two women talked for hours. Lyudmila told about the war. Eleanor listened. Eleanor told Lyudmila, "You're not just a soldier, you're a symbol of what women can do." With Eleanor's support, Lyudmila reached the American public. Carnegie Hall speech, 2,000 people. Chicago rally, 5,000 people. International Student Assembly. "Gentlemen, the time has passed for you to hide while waiting for me to kill 309 fascists for you," she said. Enthusiastic applause. Woody Guthrie wrote her a song. "Miss Pavlichenko, 309 Nazis fell by your gun." Lyudmila stayed in America for 3 months, returned as a hero. But in the Soviet Union, a different reality awaited. Lyudmila wanted to return to the front, but Stalin refused. "You're too valuable. I don't want to lose you." What this meant: you were valuable for propaganda, not for war. Lyudmila was assigned as a sniper instructor. Duty: train new snipers. Between 1943 to 1945, Lyudmila trained hundreds of snipers. Most were women. Many went to the front. Many died. Lyudmila felt responsible for each loss. "I sent them. I taught them to fire." May 1945, Germany surrendered. The war ended. Lyudmila was 28 years old. She was a war hero. Hero of the Soviet Union Medal, Order of Lenin, twice Order of the Red Banner. But the war had changed her. PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, wasn't diagnosed then, but she had the symptoms: nightmares, sound sensitivity, trust issues, and in Stalin's Soviet Union there was no treatment for heroes, only being forgotten. After the war, Lyudmila returned to university, completed her master's in history. But an academic career was closed to women, especially two independent ones. In 1946, Lyudmila began working at the Soviet Veterans Committee. Duty: communicate with war veterans. Office work: boring, but it paid. Stalin began forgetting war heroes because they were dangerous. The people loved them more than Stalin. In 1948, many war heroes were arrested on charges of being enemy spies. Stalin's paranoia was increasing. Lyudmila was lucky. She wasn't arrested, but she was excluded. No invitation, no honors, erased from propaganda posters. 1953, Stalin died. Lyudmila hoped for change, but Khrushchev didn't care either. War heroes were the past, and the Soviet Union was looking to the future. Space, industry, communism, Lyudmila's 309 kills, old news. In 1956, Lyudmila's salary was cut. Soviet Veterans Committee, budget cuts. Lyudmila became unemployed. She was 40 years old, a war hero, but she couldn't find work. Finally, she found a job at Kiev tractor factory. Position: lathe operator. Salary: 47 rubles per month. Lyudmila woke up every day at 6 o'clock, went to the factory, worked 8 hours processing metal parts, returned home, slept, repeated. No one knew who she was. One day, a young worker asked, "Lyudmila Mikhailovna, what did you do in the war?" Lyudmila hesitated. "I was a soldier." "What job did you do?" "Sniper." "How many people did you kill?" Lyudmila fell silent. Then, "Enough." The young worker didn't understand, but didn't continue asking. Lyudmila went home. That night, she had nightmares again. 309 faces, all looking at her. October 10, 1974. Lyudmila Pavlichenko was living alone in her Kiev apartment. Her son Rostislav lived in another city. In the morning, Lyudmila didn't wake up. Stroke. Fatal. Neighbors noticed in the afternoon. Called an ambulance. But too late. Lyudmila Mikhailovna Pavlichenko, age 58, died. The funeral was small. 12 people. Former factory colleagues. A few relatives. Rostislav. No government official. No army representative. No press. The former factory director spoke. Lyudmila was a good worker, honest, never complained. That was all. The gravestone. Lyudmila Mikhailovna Pavlichenko, 1916 to 1974. On the grave of the woman who killed 309 Nazis, there was no mention of this number. After the Soviet Union collapsed in 1991, archives opened. Historians found Lyudmila's file, 309 confirmed kills, hero of the Soviet Union, America tour, Eleanor Roosevelt. But her funeral? 12 people. A Ukrainian journalist, Svetlana Alexievich, wrote Lyudmila's story. In her book, The Unwomanly Face of War, Alexievich wrote, "The Soviet Union used female heroes in war, forgot them in peace. Lyudmila Pavlichenko is the most bitter example." 2015, Ukraine honored Lyudmila. A stamp was issued, a statue erected. 2015, Russia made a film, Battle for Sevastopol, Lyudmila's story. $4 million box office, but Lyudmila couldn't see it. She had died 41 years earlier. Lyudmila Pavlichenko was not alone. In the Soviet Union, 2,000-plus female snipers fought. Many died. Survivors were forgotten after the war. Why? 1. Stalin's fear. War heroes were loved by the people. This was dangerous for Stalin. Power could be taken from him. 2. Soviet sexism. In war, women were necessary. In peace, women should be mothers. Being a sniper wasn't acceptable. 3. Propaganda value ended. Lyudmila was valuable for propaganda in 1942 to 1943. After 1945, her value was gone. Result: the woman who killed 309 Nazis died as a factory worker. And for 41 years, no one asked, what happened to that woman? In 1945, Eleanor Roosevelt wrote a letter to Lyudmila. "Dear Lyudmila, the war is over. I hope you find peace. You are a hero. The world must not forget you." The letter was intercepted by Soviet censorship. Never reached Lyudmila. In 1962, Eleanor Roosevelt died. The letter was found in archives. Lyudmila never read it. Today, Lyudmila Pavlichenko's name is significant in military history, but most people don't know her. In Kiev, at WWII Cemetery, Lyudmila's grave exists. Now, with a new headstone, Lyudmila Mikhailovna Pavlichenko, hero of the Soviet Union, 309 confirmed kills. Every year, a few visitors come, mostly women, leave flowers. One visitor wrote in the guest book, "You were forgotten, but I remember you. You saved 309 lives, including my grandmother, and thank you. She killed 309 enemies. Stalin forgot her, but history finally remembered."